Hello students, how are you? Welcome to e-classroom. My name is Violeta Tivdovska. I teach English in the 9th grade in the elementary school at Zashopov in Skopje. Hope you are ready. Today we are going to learn about professions. After completing this lesson, students should be able to use appropriate vocabulary when talking about professions, accurately describe various professions, and share personal opinions about different professions. Popular proverbs. Every man is an architect of his own fortune. Choose a job you like, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Have you ever thought what's the difference between profession and occupation? Let's see. Profession requires a degree or completed studies at university. It involves extensive training and special knowledge. Examples of professions are accountants, architects, doctors, engineers, lawyers, teachers. Notice how you need a degree to be able to work in these professions? What about occupation? Occupation is the way you earn a living. It is the job you are paid to do. You might think of it as the activity that occupies your time from which you receive money for doing it. You might say that occupation is a formal word for a job. Let's compare the difference. I studied teaching at university and I am a teacher right now. My profession and my occupation are the same. I studied teaching at university, but now I am an actor. My profession is teacher, though my occupation is actor. There are many professions in the world: banker, lifeguard, accountant, software designer, scientist, school headmaster, mechanic, app artist, judge, architect, and many more. Let's see some of them. Accountant. Accountant is a person who works with the money and accounts of a company. Accountants compile, analyze, verify, and prepare financial records including profit and loss statements, balance sheet, cost studies, and tax reports. App artist. App artists design and build applications for mobile devices, which include smartphones, tablet computers, e-readers, and other wearables. They are also known as mobile software designers. Architect. Architect is a person who designs and supervises the construction of the buildings, houses, bridges, or other large structures. The architects have an important job. They have planned, designed, and observed the construction of our houses, schools, hospitals, or sports halls. Isn't it cool to be an architect? They consult with clients, plan layouts of buildings, prepare drawings of proposed buildings, write specifications. Sometimes they are even selecting the contractor, and later they check up on the work and progress. Banker. A banker is the professional that you will see whenever you walk into a bank. They are there to welcome you, no matter if you are a regular client or a new one. It is among the old professions, present and important in different societies. Bankers may also be important and famous. Famous banking families like the Medici or Rothschilds have supported arts, sports, and other aspects of the society. Developer. Developer is a prominent modern profession. They are sometimes called computer programmers and, according to their work and duties, also software developers or coders. It is a person who creates computer software. We usually use the name computer programmer for a person who is specialized in some area of computers. But he or she can also be a generalist who writes code for many kinds of software. Carpenter. Carpenter is a person who makes or repairs things out of wood, including houses and furniture. You could hire a carpenter to build you a dining room table and 2 long benches. Carpenters specialize in woodworking. They usually make furniture and houses from wood. Yet, many of them produce other wooden things, including ships and timber bridges. School headmaster. School headmaster is the person with the greatest responsibility for the management of the school. School headmasters plan and set goals related to the educational, administrative, and counseling programs of the schools. They coordinate and evaluate the activities of teachers and other school personnel to ensure that they follow budget requirements and meet deadlines and establish objectives. Judge. Judge is a qualified person who decides cases in law court. Some judges are elected and others appointed, but they all carry great responsibility. They apply the law to people, companies, and even states. In many countries, judges at all levels are professionally trained in the law, but in some countries, their education and training are less important than their reputation. Lifeguard. Lifeguard is a person who saves lives in places where people swim. Lifeguards watch over and teach swimmers at different places, like the public and private pools, beaches, health clubs, summer camps, private resorts, and public parks. One of their greatest responsibilities is preventing injuries and fatal accidents in or around water. They are all trained in different techniques of water rescue, CPR, and first aid. Mechanic. A mechanic is a person who repairs and maintains the engines of our cars or other machines. The profession developed along with the popularity of automobiles. Don't you think it's an important profession? Would the Formula One drivers succeed without their mechanics? How many of your neighbors need to see a mechanic soon? Scientist. Scientist is a word we use to describe someone who researches and examines various aspects of the world in order to get a better understanding of how things work and function. There are many types of scientists, depending on which field of study they've chosen. The work they do can vary greatly. Each scientist, however, follows the scientific method, which is a strict set of rules that ensure that their new discoveries are factual and not just speculation. That's why many people trust them. Would you like to be a scientist? What's the problem that you would like to solve? Software designer. Software designer create new ideas, design, prepackage and customize software for our computers. They create the computer operating systems, specialized computer systems for businesses and different organizations, and the operating systems that control the electronics in our cars, appliances, or smartphones. The system that these designers create make it possible for our computers to complete the task we are giving them and to solve different problems. Remember, to find out what someone's job is, you can always ask, "What do you do?" Now, let's revise. What do they do? Where do they work? Accountants look after the finances in an organization. They work in an office. App artists design and build applications. They work in an office too. Developers create computer software. They also work in an office. Architects design and supervise the constructions. They work in an office, but they also visit construction sites. Bankers raise capital to make loans and investments in a bank. Carpenters build or repair wooden structures. Carpenters work indoors and outdoors on many types of construction projects. School headmasters, they coordinate and evaluate the activities in a school. Judges judge and sentence people in a law court. Lifeguards, they save lives in places where people swim. Beaches, rivers, swimming pools, water parks. Mechanics, they repair engines of cars or other machines, usually in service shops. Scientists, they discover new things and research how things work. They work almost everywhere: universities, government facilities, hospitals, company labs, even in space. Software designers, they create new ideas and design computer software. They work in an office. Well done! Every one of you has characteristics that make you unique. Different people have different combinations of interests and skills. Have you ever thought about your future profession? Are any of the professions mentioned today close to your present interests? Have you been working on concrete skills that might help you in accomplishing your goals and dreams? Homework. My future profession. Think about the last few questions. You may want to make a small research on the internet as well. Then write about your vision or plans. It's never too early to start planning. It makes you focused and additionally motivated. Dear students and future professionals, thank you for your attention. Stay focused and never give up.